So I just found out that there's no lifting this week. It's deload week. I was going to start lifting this week, but since I'm here and I don't teach a class until noon, I thought I'd do another quick EDC video here. So as you might be able to tell from the knives here on this bench, the theme for today is big knives. So first off, to start with the slip joint, this is a Queen Hunter. It originally was an amber carved stag bone, and to be honest, the amber carved stag bone was really nice. I think that's really one of Queen's nicest looking handle materials, and I liked it, but it had some issues. You know, it's like a lot of Queens do or did, had a lot of issues, or a few issues, some, you know, weird action and things like that. But I sent it to Birdvis, Nick of Birdvis Knives, and I sent along some of this antique or vintage micarta. I believe that this is Westinghouse micarta. I was told that it was by the person who sold it to me, but it's good looking either way. And you know, he did a great job of it. You can see that really nice, you know, transitions and everything, you know, no big gaps. The action, I think, is a little better than before. And then the other thing that I really like is that he put a hand rub finish on the blade, and I think that it kind of makes the whole package look really close to a custom. I think if you didn't see this stamp here, the Queen Titusville PAPH D2 stamp, you might not be able to tell that this isn't a custom slip joint. So I think that, you know, Birdvis did a really great job. He's not really doing mods anymore or rehandles, I don't think, because he's gotten into making, you know, full knives, and they're looking really nice. So I'm glad that I got this done before he stopped doing mods. I really like this knife. I think that it's a very classic design. It really is easier to carry than you'd think, being that it's like 5 inches closed, because it's so thin. So you can put it in your pocket, and you know, I carry slip joints in my back pocket typically, sometimes also in my watch pocket, as you'll see. But because it's so thin, you can, you know, sit on it, and it's not uncomfortable. So it's easier to carry than you'd think for how big it is. It has Queen's D2 steel, as you can see, heat treated by Peter's Heat Treating, which is the best in the business, and their D2 seems to be run pretty hard. So really nice knife, you know, pretty big, but definitely a good user, and I've used it quite a bit. So this is a nice one here from Queen, and modified by Birdvis Knives. Secondly here, the Zero Tolerance ZT0561, another kind of classic, very classic looking as a modern knife goes, I think. This is a Hinderer design, and it's almost like a mix between their XM18 and their XM24. It's the size of the XM24 with some of the characteristics, or almost the like design, I guess, of the XM18. But I've had this knife for a long time. I've had a few of these knives. My brother has one that I had with a custom scale on it now, but I really like it. Super easy to open. You know, you can flip it, light switch or push button. Opens really easily. The nice thing about this one that I really like, and why I like it over the ZT, the other Zero Tolerance Hinderer design that's the full size with the flipper, is that the thumb stud is practical, right? So on the other one, the thumb stud's not really made to be, you know, use it to open it. This one, it is very easy to open with the thumb stud. You can open it slowly also, which is nice, and the thumb stud is the stop pin for the knife. So a really nice knife. Like I say, I've had it for a long time. I've used it a lot, and I really enjoy it. Definitely a big knife. Really fills the hand with this 3D milled sculpted titanium and flat dark earth G10, and I really like the ergonomics. You can see that I put this one tipped down. I don't mind flippers being tipped down. I generally prefer non-flipper knives, especially Spyderco knives that you open with a spider hole, to be tip up, but flippers I don't really mind tip down, and I think that the ergonomics are like light years better with the clip tip down on this knife. I've carried it tip up, but I really think that it makes a big difference in use for the ergonomics when the clip is positioned for tip down carry. So that's why I carry this one like this, super smooth, tight lockup, no problems there. I did have to have ZT replace the blade on this knife because there was a crack from the stop pin, aka thumb stud, up to the top, but I've had no issues since then. And Zero Tolerance, aka Kai or Kershaw, they're all under the same company, has a really, really good warranty. So I'm really happy with this knife. It's a classic and definitely fits the big knife category. These two also have really similar color handles. Unfortunately, I don't have a large fixed blade with that color handle, but the third one here, and I actually am carrying this so far today. I don't know if I'll carry it all day, but like I say, I tend to think that carrying a fixed blade is not the most convenient thing in the world, and especially one with a 6.5 inch blade. But this is the Steelwill Romer. It's the R300. Super nice knife. This has D2 steel, and from my experience, not that there should be too much of a question of this, but it really is D2 steel. I've used it a good bit. I've chopped with it a little bit. I've batoned just to see how it would do. I've done food prep, all kinds of stuff, and it works really well. Now the sheath is attached to my belt right now, but the one thing that I don't really love about this knife is that the way the sheath attaches to your belt, I had to put some Chicago screws on it so that it wouldn't kind of like detach. So the sheath itself is really nice. Let me see if I can get it off my belt here. The sheath itself is really nice, but the thing that actually attaches it to your belt is, there we go, not so good. One thing that is nice about this is that you can take it off your belt without taking your belt off, and you can put it on. It's just not as convenient to put on without taking your belt off. But this didn't have these nice Chicago screws, which Tom of Dark Star Gear gave me when he was making my sheath for my Spyderco Reverse. So thanks to him. If you need a custom sheath or especially holster, check out Dark Star Gear. But this, when I was using it, would just pull off of the sheath. So the sheath is actually really nice. It's pretty much as nice as a production knife sheath gets, actually. But this would just pull off. So I think they could do a better job of that, but I do think you could attach like a tech lock and things like that to it. So, that's one issue. The other thing, it's not the most thinly ground knife for, slicing, but with a 6.5 inch blade, you can't really expect that. A knife this big is made just as much for, hard use as it is for slicing. But everything else about this knife I really like. The handle is really grippy with these kind of ridges. It's super, super ergonomic. Really, really nice. It has kind of a teardrop shape, little finger indent up here. Really, really feels good in the hand. The forward finger choil is really practical. I've used this, like I say, doing certain things, camping and stuff like that. So really, really nice handle. The coating seems really durable. So this scratching is because I took this on a boating trip and some sand got in the sheath. But other than that, it's been really, really durable. So that's nice because, D2's almost stainless, but it's not quite stainless, so it can rust. But it hasn't rusted for me because this coating seems really nice. My brother kind of reps Steelwill, and I had heard about them before that, but that's, I got this knife from him. But they are based in Pennsylvania. Their knives aren't made in Pennsylvania, but the company is based in Pennsylvania. It's not a huge deal, but I do appreciate that. I haven't used their warranty, but they seem to back their products and everything. One thing here, guys, I'm gonna be posting this video today. This is October 29th, 2018. Right now, as far as I know, the Steelwill Romer R300, and then the slightly smaller version, this is a 6.5 inch blade, the 5.5 inch blade are on sale on Smoky Mountain Knife Works for like literally 50% off. Really good deals, and for being D2 steel for about $33 and about $38, this one being $38, you really can't beat that. So if you like the design of this knife, I highly recommend taking advantage of that deal if you're able to. I think that it makes this knife that's already a high value at around $70 be a super high value at $38. So that's the knives I'm carrying today. one last one that I threw in my watch pocket, just because I tend to like carrying a GEC, is my Great Eastern Cutlery, I think Tidiute? No, this is a Northfield. Number 35 Churchill in so what was supposed to be green banana bone. Mine's not very green, but I really like this shield, and it's a super practical knife, not super small, not super big, so it doesn't really fit with the theme that I'm rocking here today. But it's a really nice knife, and I just decided to throw it in my pocket just because my jeans that I'm wearing today have pretty big watch pockets, so or a pretty big watch pocket. So this fits well in the watch pocket, and I decided to throw it in. So that's the knives I'm carrying today. I'm also carrying, my wallet, keys, and handkerchief and everything like that, but that's not the exciting stuff. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. You can subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be trying to do more of these EDC videos. I do have some slip joints that will be coming in pretty soon, so if you watch my channel for the slip joints, keep an eye out for that. I believe I'm going to be getting at least one of the number 14 TC Barlows, so keep an eye out for that. And if you want to get notifications, subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate you guys watching so far. Thanks, and don't forget to go out and do good.